The word of God in 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7 says, "Throw all your anxiety onto him because he cares about you." Dear child of God, the Lord cares about you. The Lord is concerned about everything that is a concern to you. And he says you should bring everything that makes you to worry, everything that makes you to bog your mind every day, everything that makes you cry. He says that you should throw each and every one of them upon him because he cares for you. His love for you is so wonderful that he wants everything to go well for you. He doesn't want you to be burdened. He doesn't want you to be stressed in any way. So he says, bring all your anxieties, bring all of your worries, bring all of your heaviness, bring all of your pains, because I would fix them, because I would undo everything that is a problem to you. Dear child of God, he said that you should come to him. He said you should come to him with those heavy burdens and he would give you rest. He will take off those burdens of you. He will take off those loads of you, and then he will bring rest to you. Dear child of God, it is time you go to the right source. It is time you go to the one that can change everything about your life. It is time you go to the God that can do all things. In Luke chapter 1 verse 37, it says, with God, nothing is impossible. Everything is a possibility with God. So which means what has been a burden in your heart? What seemed impossible all of these years? What has been a difficulty to you all of these years? It is time you take it to God. You take it to the one that can do everything. You take it to the one who nothing is hard for him to do, nothing at all. He said nothing is too hard for him to do, and then he will fix it. So look up unto him, fix your eyes upon him every day, and bring those challenges, bring those burdens of your heart to him. He wants to give you rest. He wants you to find peace. He wants you to find happiness. So he doesn't want you burdened in any way. He doesn't want you crushed in any way. Dear child of God, go and ask God and say, Father, you are my God and you are my Father. You are my Lord. You are the God who said you would make all things beautiful in my life. You make everything beautiful in your time. Please make the things around my life beautiful. I've waited for so long for a change. I've waited for so long for a miracle, and it has become a burden. It has become a stress to my heart, and God will fix up everything. He says you should cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Dear child of God, worrying will not add anything to your life. Worrying will not even change anything. But when you go to him and say, God, I'm confident in you, and say, God, I turn it all over to you. I turn my challenges, my problems, my difficulties, my fears, my worries to you. And I know you can do something great out of it. I know you can do something and bring beauty out of my current predicament, out of my current situation. I want to assure you, dear child of God, the Lord that you serve, the God of heaven, would make the best out of it. You see, David will go to God in Psalms 123 verse 1, and then he said, I look to you, heaven-dwelling God. I look up to you for help. Who do you look up to for help? When you have those burdens, when you have those challenges, who do you look up to? When those things are coming right in front of you, those things that wants to crush you, who do you look up to? Do you trust in the arms of the flesh? Do you go to people who on their own also have burdens and challenges? Do you go to people who by themselves have issues to fix? Or do you go to God? The God who says that you should come to him with every of your burdens, and he will lift them from your shoulder. He would bring you rest. He would make sure you have every reason to rejoice. Yes, you have been asking the question, when would I get married? I've waited and waited and waited. Dear child of God, he says, cast every of these anxieties. Cast every of these cares upon Him. He knows what to do about it. Because He loves you, because He cares for you, He will let you know the things that have been clouding your judgment all of this while. Dear child of God, He knows the way that you should take. He knows the things that He has planned for you. That is why He said that you should trust Him. That is why He said you should hand over every of these things into His hands. You see, when He said that those that believe in Him would not be put to shame, in Romans 10 verse 11, He really meant it. He doesn't want you to be ashamed. He doesn't want it to be said that you trusted in God and He disappointed you. Never. He doesn't want it to be said that you put your faith, your hopes, and your confidence in God and He failed you. He doesn't want that to be said. So go to Him. Go to the God that have said He will not put you to shame, and see what He will do. Go to the God of all possibilities and see how He would make everything turn around for you. Go to the God that have said He would do everything to make your life beautiful. Go to the God that have said you will come into your time and your seasons of blessings. Go to the God that said your set time has come. Your set time for a favor has come. Go to Him and say, Lord, these are my burdens. These are my challenges. These are the heaviness of my heart. Please turn the story around. I have cried night and day, and I've become tired of crying. Dear child of God, yes, you have wailed, you have sorrowed, you have lamented, you have asked the Lord times and times again, when will it change? When will my situation change? The Lord is coming to you with this word right now, that He has heard all of your cries. He has seen all of your cries. He has heard your prayers. And every of your supplications have come to Him, and is going to do something about it. He heard every time you spoke to Him. He saw you when you were wailing, and then He's telling you you are going to have your testimony. You're going to have your bundles of joy. Those people that were a burden to you, just hand them over to God. Let Him deal with them. Those people that brought the anxieties, those people that made you worry night and day, that made you scared of your life. He says that you should cast them over to Him. You should bring their matters to Him, and then He will take it up and turn it around. Dear child of God, do not worry about those people that have been laughing at you. Do not worry about those people who have made mockery of your current situation, but look to God. Look to the one that said He will give you rest. Look to the God that said He will fix your situation. Look to the God that said He will turn everything around, just because He cares for you, just because He loves you, just because He's concerned about you. He would make everything work. So have you been praying for a life partner and it has become a burden to you? Just look to God. Cast it all over to Him. Say, God, it is over to you now. I've tried. I've done all that I could. I've tried to work it out myself, and I did not make any headway. And you will see God fix it. You will see God do something beautiful and something wonderful to change the situation. Just say, God, I trust you. Have you been waiting to have your own children? Have you been waiting on God to bear your own fruit? Have you been waiting on God to see that you have your own bundle of joy? Just tell Him, Lord, I cast it all over to you now. I know you know how to go about things. I will just wait to receive my testimony. And I want to assure you, you would receive that testimony. There is nothing that is tossed to God. There is nothing that we cast into the hands of God that never returned with a testimony. So do not burden your heart again. Yes, that business failed, but God knows how to fix it. Just cast it all to Him. Yes, you have done all the very best you could do, but nothing seemed to work. Just cast it all to Him. You have tried the very best to see that you make amends with those people who had been very malicious against you, have been very angry. Yes, you made a mistake, but He's saying, cast it all to me. I know how to fix things. I know how to fix it all for you. Just trust me. Put your hope in me. Look up unto me. He says, it's the altar and is the finisher of your faith. He knows how to start a thing and he knows how to perfect it. He knows how to make your life beautiful. Yes, he has kept many things in store for you. He has many beautiful things he has kept for you, dear child of God, and you will begin to receive each and every one of them because he's saying to you, it is your time to rejoice and your time to testify. So cast your bodies upon him, cast your cares upon him, cast those burdens and challenges of your heart to him, and it's going to bring you rest. It's going to give you a testimony, and it's going to cause you to rejoice in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. He will not fail you. He will not disappoint you. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. It is well with you, beloved. God bless you, and shalom.